OpenOwl AI, managing your AI team without overheating. OpenOwl is one of those rare AI tools that actually does the work for you and not just suggests it. So instead of switching between apps and doing repetitive tasks, OpenOwl turns your AI into a real operator. It's especially powerful if you're trying to run multiple AI workflows without burning out. So here you can see on screen we have OpenOwl opened up, and this is our homepage. And before jumping into setup, let's quickly understand how this works. So what OpenOwl does is that it turns AI into a desktop assistant that can click, type, and navigate. It works with tools like Claude or Codex, and it runs directly on your computer environment. It automates tasks across apps and websites. So instead of just chatting with AI, OpenOwl allows the AI to actually interact with your screen, meaning it can perform actions like opening apps, typing, and completing workflows step by step. Starting off with OpenOwl is absolutely free. You get full desktop automation. It works with any MCP AI, and you have 100% local and private access. So this is an excellent starting point. You can come in here and you can try out the free version and see for yourself which plan would suit you. So if you're okay with the free version, you can continue with that. And then if there are some more features or more support needed, then you can go for Pro and Max as well. And this is their monthly cost. Now, if you go down here, you have a comparison of OpenOwl and Perplexity Computer. And here you can see that major claims are being made regarding OpenOwl and Perplexity. So in comparison to Perplexity, OpenOwl is free, whereas you need a subscription for Perplexity. And then it also works with any AI. So you have Claude, Code, Gemini, and more, which you can connect with, and it runs on your existing machine. So it will exist on your Mac or your PC. You also have 100% data privacy, and it's open protocol and one command setup. So here, OpenOwl is best for anyone who wants AI desktop automation for free. And then you can read the full comparison. There are more points that they're discussing. So it's a really convenient platform. So let's go ahead and open up the dashboard. So we're back all the way here, and we're going to go over to the dashboard. Now I've already created my account, so I can go directly to the dashboard. You just need to create your free account, enter in your Gmail or your email and create your free account, and then go over to your dashboard. So I'm going to open the dashboard here, and this is what it looks like. So here we can see that we're on the free plan and we have 50 tool calls per day, and I haven't used any. And then down here you have all these features, and up here you have the setup button. So you can go to the setup guide and click here, and then you can start setting it up. Now you have API keys here, which can be very useful. So we'll get into the detail of that. So let's click here and start setting it up. And it should be pretty straightforward. Now down here we have install OpenOwl. You can install it for Mac. You can also install it manually or install it with prompt. So the prompt here is this, and you just need to copy the prompt and paste it into your AI coding assistant. And whatever assistant it is that you're using, could be any. And even your API key is included in this. So if you go through the prompt here, you even have your API key in here, which is right over here for me. So the setup here is explained very simply, very easily, and you can go ahead with this. Then you have the first step. So right now, this prompt is for Claude Code. So if you have Codex CLI, then you can get this code for Codex. And we're going to go back to Claude Code, because that's the one I prefer. And then I have how to use. So you need to install Claude Code if you don't already have it, but I'm pretty sure you would. And then you have open a terminal and run Claude. And then after the second step, you have the third step where you need to paste the prompt above this one into Claude Code and press enter. And that's just going to run everything and you'll be all set. Our command prompt. There we go. And now in here, we need to paste in this prompt, and it's been copied. And now we're going to paste that in. No, sorry, not that, this. I'm going to take this and I'm going to put that into the prompt code here. So I've copied this and I'm going to open up the command prompt and I'm going to put this in here. There we go. So we have that and you need to run it. And then after that, you need to open up Claude Code, and over there you need to paste this prompt. So copy this one and you need to paste that there. So after running the command, The system installs OpenOwl and it sets up the required environment for it, and it also prepares it to connect with your AI tools. So that was more detail on the second step. Then next comes connecting your AI assistant. So it could be Claude or something else, and you would just open your AI tool and then enable tool access or MCP depending on the setup. After that, you link OpenOwl as a tool and then confirm that connection. And that is how your AI can start executing tasks. So basically, think of this step as giving your AI access to your computer. So instead of just replying, it can actually do things. And so once everything has been connected successfully, you can go towards the interesting part. You can start typing in what you want OpenOwl to do, and it will start executing everything. So if everything is connected, you could type something like open Google Sheets and create a tracker. And then what would happen is that the AI opens the browser and then on its own, it would navigate to Google Sheets. It would open up Google Sheets and then it would create a new file. And then just like that, it would start building your tracker. So if you type in or if you prompt open Google Sheets and create a tracker, this is how it's going to go through all the steps and it's going to start creating for you instantly. And the possibilities for the tasks that you can make it do are endless. You could even build a task workflow and you could ask the AI to collect data like leads from a platform, or you can ask it to organize that data into a sheet. You could ask it to clean or format the data. So if you have any data already on a sheet, you could ask it to clean it up and organize that. You could ask it to save or export the results. So for example, if I write in find 20 creators and organize them into a table, it would instantly go over to the browser, it would start searching, it would type into the search bar, look for different creators, and then also decide on the top 20 with respect to their number of followers, the views that they have, and just their overall accomplishments. And then it would pick up their contact information and sort that out and organize them into a table. And it could do that on a spreadsheet or wherever you like, wherever you want your table to be. You could ask it to be done in Notion or Google Sheets or wherever. And it's just going to follow the instructions as long as everything is connected and all your apps are connected, which of course they will be because you're running this on your desktop and it will be in control of everything on your desktop. Now, a lot of people mess up here where they try to overload their system. So avoid that, avoid overloading, don't run too many workflows at once, break large tasks into smaller ones, and let each task complete fully. Focus on supervising, not controlling every step. Because honestly, it's really easy to get carried away. Even though automation sounds powerful, running too much at once can slow things down or cause errors. So treat it like a small team and not a machine that you would overload. Now let's consider another list. And this list we're looking at is a list I have on Notion. So these are simple tasks I have put in, and every task has its own details. So it's a simple list, nothing too complicated. And what you want to do to be more productive is instead of random commands, you're going to assign roles. So for example, you're going to put in a lead generation agent, you're going to put in a research agent, and a content agent, and each role will have a clear task, a consistent prompt, and a defined outcome. So you'll basically be turning your AI into a structured system rather than using it casually. Now you can use OpenOwl for several different things. You could have the use case of social media posting, you could have data entry or competitor reach, or outreach workflows. It all depends on your creativity. OpenOwl is especially useful for tasks that normally require manual clicking and things that APIs can't easily handle. So with OpenAI, you can set up different tasks. For example, you could have a task called lead scraping, data cleaning, outreach writing, and report. And then each task will act like a mini agent. And instead of doing everything yourself, you're supervising a team. Now, there are some common mistakes to avoid. You want to avoid giving vague instructions. You also want to avoid running too many tasks and not observing early runs. And avoid expecting perfect results instantly. Clarity and structure are what make this work properly. So, OpenOwl isn't just another AI tool, it's closer to building your own automated workforce. Once you structure your workflows properly, you can replace hours of manual work with a few simple instructions. Even just understanding how the system works puts you ahead because most people are still using AI only for basic prompts.